the 2016 Hingham Harbormen. The Hingham Harbormen varsity football team opens up the 2016 campaign on the road against a tough Foxborough squad. The Harbormen are led onto the field by their captains, Coleman Sandler, Ryan Finney, Vance Cassell, and Sean Murphy. Hingham is well prepared under head coach Chris Oruka, who is now in his second year at the helm. Hingham brings an attack-style defense and a quick strike offense into this opening game. The Harbormen score first with a 39-yard touchdown toss from Marshall Therese to Will Thomas. Marshall follows it up with this scramble for a two-point conversion, and Hingham takes an early 8-0 lead. Hingham's defense gets the ball right back, and the offense begins marching down the field again. Marshall finishes the drive with a short screen pass to Sean Murphy, and Sean does the rest by shredding the Foxborough defense to complete a nice 47-yard pass and run for a touchdown. Murphy adds a two-point conversion with a dive right up the middle, and it's 16-0 Harbormen, ending the first quarter. Foxborough has the ball to start the second quarter, but this long pass is picked off by Murphy, who brings it back 23 yards. Foxborough gets the second half kickoff, but Sean Ryan picks off this ball deep in Foxborough territory, bringing it down to the 7-yard line. Hingham was unable to score, however, and Foxborough went on to win the game, 27-16.
For tonight's home opener, featuring the visiting Sandwich Blue Knights and your Hingham Harbormen.
Under the Friday night lights, the Harbormen host the Sandwich Blue Knights for Hingham's home opener. The Harbormen take the opening kickoff, starting deep in their own end. Their offense quickly moves upfield with games like this 17-yard pass to Mike Hannon and a 9-yard run by Kyle Damaris. Marshall Therese finishes the drive with a quarterback sneak for a touchdown. Sandwich couldn't move the ball, punting it back to Hingham, who took the ball right back into the end zone with a 5-yard run by Will Thomas. The first quarter ends, and it's 12-0 Harbormen in the lead. Drives deep into Sandwich territory with this 35-yard completion from Marshall Therese to Ryan Finney. Hingham couldn't punch it into the end zone, however, so the first half ends 12-2. Jonathan Bearden makes a statement with this sack to open the second half.
Marshall
Mills. Marshall Therese completes a 49-yard touchdown pass to Johnny Mills.
10-5 touchdown.
Hingham opened the fourth quarter looking to put the game away, and they do with a 63-yard sweep by Kyle Damaris.
And we're gonna go! We could go all the way!
Putting an exclamation point on Hingham's first victory of the season, 25-2.
Number 3, Kyle Damaris. Number 6, Sean Murphy.
Plymouth North gets the opening kickoff and is driving until Jalen Pierre forces this fumble.
It's a fumble!
And what a dominant play this is early on to set the tone for your football team.
Recovered by an alert Jonathan Bearden. Hingham's offense then marched down the field with this pass from Marshall Therese to Spencer Cassell, followed by another nice catch along the sidelines by Spencer. Sean Murphy finishes the drive with a 13-yard sweep into the end zone. And Mike Hannon adds a two-point conversion as Hingham takes an early 8-0 lead. The Harbormen get the ball back, and the offense is on the move again with this 8-yard run by Sean Murphy and an 8-yard pass to Jack Johnson. Murphy capped the drive with a 2-yard run for the score. Jerez made a nice pass to Spencer Cassell for a 2-point conversion, and Hingham was in the lead 16-6. The third quarter was a defensive struggle with no scoring. And a tremendous goal line stand by the Hingham Harbormen. Plymouth North was driving for the go-ahead score when Murphy picked off a pass at the goal line.
This is what you see. What? And then what? He couldn't go all the way.
Then followed it up with this 86-yard sprint to the goal line. Damaris added the 2-point conversion. Plymouth North would have one last drive to win it at the end, but the Hingham defense shut them down, and the Harbormen hang on to win it 24-19, bringing their record to 2-1 on the season and remaining undefeated at home. Hingham takes the field on a raw and rainy night in Pembroke to take on the Silver Lake Lakers. Hingham had some good offensive plays, but the team struggled all night long and could not get the ball into the end zone. The defense also had difficulty stopping the Laker offense, resulting in a 39-0 defeat.
Welcome to Hingham High School. For tonight's matchup featuring the visiting Quincy Presidents and your Hingham Harbormen.
Hingham takes the field to face the visiting Quincy Presidents. John Mills takes the opening kickoff right up the middle for a nice return to the 43-yard line. Quarterback Jack Johnson takes it downfield for a 16-yard gain, and then connects with Kyle Damaris on a 10-yard pass completion along the sidelines. Johnson finishes off the drive with a 15-yard touchdown scramble.
The middle and then reaches up the seam and then see ya. Forget.
And a 6-0 lead. Dan Ahern is quick down the field on the ensuing kickoff to make the tackle. The strong Harbormen defense holds Quincy to a quick 3-and-out, forcing them to punt the ball away. Jonathan Bearden receives the kick and gets a tremendous block from Coleman Sandler to set him free for a long run back to the Quincy 37.
Right in, it's a reverse.
John Mills picks up 26 yards on a reverse, getting down inside the red zone. Sean Murphy caps off the drive with an 8-yard touchdown run. and Jack Johnson adds a 2-point conversion. Hingham now up 14-0. Quincy gets the ball back and drives to midfield, where Hingham's defense gets tough, causing the drive to stall and forcing the Presidents to punt the ball back to the Harbormen. Sean Murphy starts the next drive deep in their own end with a pair of power runs right up the middle for good yardage. Jack Johnson then takes off on a 49-yard gallop down the sideline, setting up a first-and-goal opportunity for the Harbormen. Johnson completes the drive with a 14-yard pass to Ryan Finney, and it's 20-0 Hingham. Quincy is again stymied by the tough Harbormen defense, forcing the Presidents to punt. As Hingham gets the ball back, they're on the move again with a 43-yard jaunt by Mike Hannon. Johnson then completes this 14-yard scoring strike to Will Thomas. Quincy fumbles on the next drive, setting up Hingham at midfield. Kevin Shea starts the drive with a strong run up the middle, and then Kyle Damaris takes off for a 23-yard sweep down to the Quincy 13. Shea finishes the drive with a 9-yard run right up the middle for a touchdown. Quincy gets the ball to start the second half, but the Hingham defense keeps the pressure on, forcing a quick punt. Nick Beal starts off the drive with a 27-yard dash up the middle. Charlie Egan then picks up another 10 on this carry. Will Thomas brings it 6 more yards down to the 22-yard line. And Shea then runs up the middle for a 12-yard pickup, setting up a nice touchdown run by Daniel Ahern. Jack Clougherty kicks the extra point, and it's 41-0 Hingham. Quincy gets the ball back, but the swarming Hingham defense forces another punt, bringing the Harbormen's offense back onto the field once again. With strong running from Beal, Egan, and Ahern, the Harbormen are able to pick up enough first downs to run out the clock, securing a 41-0 shutout victory, bringing Hingham to 3-2 in the season and still unbeaten at home.
I feel that chill, smell that fresh cut grass. I'm back in my helmet, cleats, and shoulder pads. Standing in the huddle, listening to the call. Fans going crazy for the boys that fall. They didn't let just anybody in that club. Took every ounce of heart and sweat and blood to get to wear those game day jerseys down the hall. The kings of the school, man, where the boys are fall. Well, it's turning face to stars and stripes. It's fighting back them butterflies. It's calling in the air, alright, yes sir, we want the ball. And it's knocking heads and talking trash. It's slinging mud and dirt and grass. It's I got your number, I got your back. When your back's against the wall, you mess with one man, you got us all. The boys will fall.
It's homecoming, and Hingham takes the field against the Whitman-Hanson Panthers. The Harbormen come out flat after an emotional senior day ceremony, allowing Whitman-Hanson to take the opening kickoff down the field for a quick 6-0 lead. John Mills takes the ensuing kickoff right up the middle for a big return to get Hingham started past the 40-yard line. The offense then starts to drive the ball downfield with a 24-yard completion from Jack Johnson to Will Thomas. However, they could not get into the end zone, even when using this tricky halfback option pass. Despite playing tough defense, Hingham gives up another touchdown, making it 12-0. Whitman-Hanson was driving for a third touchdown, so Hingham's defense needed to come up big, and they did, rising to the occasion with swarming tackles like this one. The goal line stand made the Panthers turn the ball over on downs. On the next Panther drive, they coughed it up.
It's a football!
And it was recovered by Jonathan Bearden. Hingham had to punt the ball right back, however, but got great downfield coverage by John Mills, Chris Ryan, and Owen Pelletier.
It's a football!
After recovering this fumble, Hingham's offense is starting to click. With a pass to Sean Murphy and a run by Mike Hannon. The offense continued to grind it up the field with this completion to Ryan Finney. And runs by Kyle Damaris and Sean Murphy. Finney makes the key play of the drive with a catch and run down to the 7-yard line. Johnson then completes a 5-yard touchdown pass to Damaris, making the score 12-6. Hingham attempted an onside kick that was successfully recovered by Nick Beal, and Hingham was back on offense once again, with a quick 10-yard gain by Sean Murphy. And this 37-yard bomb from Jack Johnson to Ryan Finney. Hingham was able to tie up the game before halftime. Momentum continued to stay with Hingham as the kickoff coverage unit pins the Panthers down deep. On this completion across midfield, Ryan punches the ball out, and it's...
You kidding? It's a football!
recovered by Will Thomas. On the following drive, Murphy picks up 22 yards, breaking tackles as he goes. And then Johnson connects on a pair of completions to Damaris. The first picks up 18 yards, and then this square out gains another 5 yards, getting Hingham down to the 12-yard line. A nice 12-yard toss from Johnson to Finney.
That's pretty. That's a touchdown.
Puts the Harbormen up 18-12 going into the half.
Oh, teacher, I need you like a little child. You got something in you to drive the schoolboy wild. To give me education in the love
Hingham received the second half kickoff. Was unable to mount a drive and had to punt the ball away. The Harbormen's defense continued to stymie the Panther offense, forcing a 3-and-out. This sack by Alice Dietrich, forcing them to punt. Jonathan Bearden takes the return 19 yards up the sideline. Hingham was on the move again with this 6-yard gain by Damaris and a short completion to Spencer Cassell. A 36-yard screen pass to Sean Murphy moves Hingham down into Whitman-Hanson territory. Jack Johnson runs up the middle for this 10-yard gain, while Kyle Damaris picks up another 5 yards to end the third quarter. The fourth quarter opened up with this 18-yard touchdown completion from Jack Johnson to Spencer Cassell. A successful 2-point conversion from Johnson to Cassell increases the Harbormen lead to 26-12. Hingham's defense forced a 3-and-out in the next series and took possession of the ball at the Panther 45. A 7-yard gain by Mike Hance picks up the first down, but Hingham was unable to get into the end zone, turning the ball over on downs. The Harbormen defense went back to work, forcing a quick 4-and-out as Whitman-Hanson went for it on fourth down. The drive ending on a sack by Alex Dietrich and Aiden O'Loughlin. Hingham now had control of the ball in the red zone, and on the next play, Sean Murphy drives up the middle for an 11-yard touchdown to make the final score 32-12. Hingham takes the field in Duxbury on a cold and rainy night for the Patriot League Championship game against the number 1 ranked Duxbury Dragons. John Mills catches the opening kick, running up the middle for a good gain. Despite some good offensive plays on that drive, the Harbormen were forced to punt, and Hingham's defense came back out on the field, making some good plays like this tackle by Chris Ryan to end the first quarter. The Harbormen offense started to gain some momentum with a 27-yard pass from Jack Johnson to Kyle Damaris, followed by this 7-yard sweep. John Mills picks up another 4 yards on this carry. Jack Johnson dumps it off to Jack Clougherty for a 35-yard gain down to the Duxbury 1-yard line. Johnson then scores on this quarterback sneak to avoid the shutout. Kevin Shea added the 2-point conversion with an incredible reverse field run, but highlights were few as Duxbury wins the game 42-8. The Harbormen move on to the Division 1A playoffs, taking the field as the number 7 seed going up against the number 2 seed Wellesley Raiders. Hingham takes the opening kickoff and wastes no time, connecting on a 91-yard touchdown bomb from Jack Johnson to Ryan Finney. pass and then runs for a 2-point conversion, and it's 8-0 Hingham early in the ball game. Wellesley gets the ball back and marches upfield, scoring a touchdown of their own, cutting the lead to 8-6. Hingham's offense is back on the field, starting off with a 25-yard pass from Jack Johnson to Kyle Damaris. Johnson then completes a 22-yard pass to Ryan Finney for a touchdown, tying the score at 14-all. Wellesley starts the first drive of the second half with a 43-yard sprint, but Sean Ryan catches the runner from behind, punching the ball out and allowing Chris Ryan to recover it on the 2-yard line. Later, Hingham starts driving upfield with this series of Jack Johnson completions. First, he finds Finney, who fights hard for 8 yards. Then, Cassell makes this grab to pick up another 13 before going out of bounds. Johnson spots Finney way downfield to complete a 32-yard bomb. On 3rd and 9, Johnson completes a 19-yard touchdown strike to Kyle Damaris with only 8 seconds remaining in the clock. Sean Murphy sweeps right. It's another 2-point conversion, bringing it back to a 1-score game at halftime. Now Hingham gets the ball back and starts driving with a 27-yard pass from Johnson to Finney. It looked as though Hingham was going to score in this 19-yard pass, but Finney was ruled out of bounds in the play, and Hingham turned it over on downs. Wellesley was driving later, but Hingham made enough defensive plays to force a turnover on downs as the third quarter ended. The Harborman offense wouldn't quit as they started their next drive with a 13-yard run by John Mills, but they turned it over on downs deep inside Wellesley territory and wound up on the losing end of a 43-22 score.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Hingham High School for tonight's matchup featuring the visitors Sharon Eagles and
Hingham returned to its home field for a matchup with the Sharon Eagles. The Harbormen set the tone early with this special teams jewel by Nate Bosnian, and then George Doyle's tackle for a loss, forcing Sharon to punt early. Will Thomas starts Hingham's first offensive series with his 8-yard run, followed by this 6-yard pass to Sean Murphy. Murphy up another 17 yards with a punishing run. Will Thomas adds another 5 yards, but Hingham turns it over on downs deep inside Eagles territory. Hingham gets the ball back, and quarterback Nick Beal starts the drive with a 7-yard completion to Ryan Finney, and this 3-yard pass to John Mills. However, Hingham falls short of the first down marker. The Harbormen's punishing defense keeps Sharon bottled up in their own end, forcing this punt that was nearly blocked. Jonathan Bearden starts the drive for Hingham with a 5-yard sweep, followed by Nick Beal's run up the middle for 8. Mike Hannon picks up 18 yards on this sweep around the left side. And Sean Murphy completes the drive with a 15-yard scamper to land just inside the pylon for a touchdown and a 6-0 Hingham lead. On the next drive, Sharon fumbles. Nick Beal then completes this 8-yard pass to Jack Clougherty before taking it up the middle himself for another 20 yards. Sean Murphy caps the drive on a 5-yard burst for a touchdown score, and it's 12-0 Hingham. On Sharon's next drive, Sean Ryan intercepts a pass, and Hingham has the ball back in good field position. Murphy picks up 26 yards on this screen pass from Beal. An 8-yard completion to Finney gets the ball down to the 22. But Hingham can't get in the end zone from there, and time expires in the first half. John Mills starts the second half with this nice kickoff return up the middle. Murphy picks up 10 on this carry. Then Beal finds Finney for an 18-yard completion, followed by this 8-yard pickup. However, Hingham turned the ball over on downs, deep in Eagles territory. Hingham received the ensuing kickoff and starts its next drive with a 20-yard run up the middle by Sean Murphy. But the Harbormen had to punt a few plays later, giving the ball back to the Eagles. Hingham's defense back out on the field and keeping the pressure on Sharon, forcing them to punt to start the fourth quarter. John Mills picks up 4 yards with this carry, and then it was all Sean Murphy from there. First, he picks up 14 yards with a pass from Beal. And then a 16-yard gain on this carry down to the 20. Followed by a 15-yard blast right up the middle. Sean completes the drive with a 7-yard run to pay dirt. John Mills catches the 2-point conversion pass, and it's 20-7 Harbormen. Hingham's defense shut down the Eagles with tight pass defense. And then Jonathan Bearden forces this fumble, recovered by Chris Ryan. Hingham's ground game could now chew up the clock with runs like this 9-yarder by Sean Murphy and a 13-yard pickup by Mike Hannon. Murphy dives right up the middle for another 9 yards. And then with this 6-yarder picks up the first down. Hingham was forced to punt, giving Sharon's offense one last chance. Hingham would then finish out the game with a pair of carries by Sean Murphy, picking up 7 yards and then 14 more on this carry. Hingham went into the victory formation to seal the 20-7 victory, bringing their record to 5-4 and still remaining undefeated at home. It's the 10th game of the season, and Hingham travels to Weymouth to take on the Wildcats. Hingham receives the opening kickoff, and Jonathan Bearden takes it up the middle to get the Harbormen started near midfield. Nick Beal picks up a key first down with a 7-yard scamper, followed by a 41-yard gallop by Mike Hannon. Beal finishes the drive with a 2-yard quarterback sneak to go in for the touchdown. Sean Murphy then sweeps around left end. It's another 2-point conversion and a quick 8-0 Hingham lead. Weymouth takes the ensuing kickoff and marches down the field to a touchdown, tying the score at 8. Hingham got the ball back but went 3 and out, giving Weymouth the ball in good field position. Hingham's defense would then force a turnover on downs with a critical stop on 4th and 2. Nick Beal completes this 11-yard pass along the sidelines to Sean Murphy. He then follows it up with a 7-yard run up the middle, but a Harbormen turnover gives the ball back to Weymouth deep in Hingham territory. The Harborman defense comes up big once again as Jonathan Bearden falls on this elusive Weymouth fumble, giving Hingham possession on its own 44-yard line. And the offense is on the move again. A 7-yard gain by Hannon, and a 10-yard pickup by Will Thomas. Mike Hannon adds 15 yards with this sweep around left end. And Thomas sweeps the other way for another 15-yard gain. Beal completes a pair of passes, first to Ryan Finney, and then this 21-yard screen pass to Sean Murphy. Sean completes the drive with a 5-yard pitch and run to the goal line. Finney shows great concentration on a 2-point conversion, making it 16-8 Harborman. The Hingham defense would force Weymouth to punt, and then Jonathan Bearden takes the handoff and
Comes down left. And do you think he's going to beat anybody around the corner? I guess so. He couldn't go all the way.
rushes 65 yards for a score, increasing Hingham's lead to 22-8. The Harbormen recover an onside kick, and they're in good field position once again, with Will Thomas picking up 25 yards on this carry down the sideline. But time expires before Hingham can score once again. Starting the second half, Hingham gets the ball back, starting their drive with a 12-yard run by Sean Murphy. And then Mike Hannon adds another 8 yards, while Nick Beal scrambles up the middle on this quarterback draw for 15 more. But Hingham was forced to punt it away. The Wildcats kick off after a quick score to tie the game up. Jonathan Bearden takes the kickoff up the middle for a nice return. Now Hingham on offense, with Bearden picking up 30 yards on the first play of the drive with a sweep around left end. Then Will Thomas picking up another 10 yards to bring Hingham to the 15-yard line. And on the next play, he gains another 8 yards. But Hingham was unable to score and turned it over on downs. Weymouth was bringing it back upfield when Jonathan Bearden picked off a pass at the Hingham 32. Sean Murphy then rips off a 67-yard run for a touchdown.
And look at him go! He could go all the way!
And follows it up with a 2-point conversion run for a 30-22 Hingham lead to end the third quarter. Weymouth was driving in the fourth quarter, but Alex Dietrich wasn't fooled by this reverse, making a key tackle for a loss, forcing Weymouth to turn the ball over on downs. Hingham back on offense, and Sean Murphy picks up an important first down with his 16-yard burst up the middle. Nick Beal then completes a 42-yard bomb to Ryan Finney, who uses great concentration to hang on to this deflected ball, making it 36-22. Hingham gets the ball back, and Will Thomas rips off a 34-yard run to get a key first down and more. Nick Beal then gets him down inside the 10-yard line with a 19-yard run. Mike Hannon finishes the drive with a 6-yarder, a dive off the left side for a touchdown, making it 42-28. Hingham got the ball back one more time, and Will Thomas gains 51 yards on the first play of the drive to get them down to the 7-yard line. The Harbormen take the victory formation, running out the clock and earning this team their first road win and improving their record to 6-4 on the season.
To be part of the wave, can't stop, ever wonder if it's all for you. The world I love, the trains I hop, to be part of the wave, can't stop, come and tell me when it's time.
Murphy, Lewis Ryan, Tim Schefter, all Patriot League All-Stars, Danny Brown, sportsmanship, and Kyle Desmaris, Scholar Athlete. So we'd just like to congratulate all of you for some great performances. And you know what I say, this is center court, center field, a place where excellence is honored. So congratulations, you guys, getting it done. Not like after you graduate, you get together with your buddies to say, oh, come on, let's go put on our helmets and play game football. So this is it for them, and we really hope the student body will come out and support them. But they wanted to say a few words.
Hello, I'm John Mills, and I'm Ryson. And we just wanted to take some time since, also, how you guys know, all the dance team comes to support us at our games, home and away. And so we just wanted to take some time to honor the seniors for supporting us. So.
The Hingham Harbormen take the field for their annual Thanksgiving Day rivalry against the Scituate Sailors. John Mills takes the opening kickoff out to the Hingham 26-yard line. And Sean Murphy runs right up the middle for 6. But Hingham had a quick turnover, leading to a Scituate touchdown. Will Thomas fields the ensuing kickoff and brings it out to the 44. Sean Murphy picks up 6 on the first play of this drive, and then another 10 on a sweep around the right side. A completion from Jack Johnson to Kyle Damaris is good for 5. And Sean Murphy picks up another 24 with this power run. However, Hingham turned it over on downs, stalling at the 5-yard line. Hingham's defense held Scituate to a 4-and-out as they went for it on 4th down. And the Harbormen take over at the 13-yard line. And Mike Hannon pulled down to the 2-yard line with an 11-yard run. And Will Thomas finishes the job with a 2-yard scoring plunge. The 2-point conversion followed with Jack Johnson completing the pass to Thomas. John Mills takes the kickoff up to the 40-yard line. And Finney picks up 8 yards on a toss from Jack Johnson. Mike Hannon picks up another 13 on a sweep around left end. Sean Murphy is looking deep for Johnson on a halfback option pass and finds him for a 25-yard completion. But Hingham turns it over on downs with this long incompletion. Later, John Mills takes a kickoff up to the 33-yard line. Mike Hannon picks up 13 on this run. And Thomas gains 6 more with this rush. Jack Johnson then connects with Ryan Finney on a nifty 35-yard catch down the sideline. Hannon capping the drive with a 13-yard TD run. And Murphy added a 2-point conversion as the Harbormen make it 20-16. The onside kick appeared to be recovered by Hingham, but a whistle called the play dead, leading to a re-kick. Situate was driving when Charlie Egan breaks through for this 8-yard sack. However, it wasn't enough to keep the Sailors out of the end zone as they took a 27-16 lead. On the next drive, Hingham started slowly with a 3-yard pass to Kyle Damaris and an 8-yard Jack Johnson scramble. Sean Murphy picked up 49, though, with this unique formation to get Hingham deep into Situate territory. Johnson completes a 13-yard pass to Damaris. And then Hannon gets it down to the 5-yard line with this 9-yard run. Sean Murphy finishes the drive with a 9-yard burst up the middle for a touchdown. Kyle Damaris adds a 2-point conversion.
On this team, we fight for that inch.
By pushing his way inside the pylon, and it's 27-24. Hingham's Lawson Roberts recovers the ensuing onside kick. Sean Murphy takes the ball 33 yards upfield with this shifty run here. However, a Hingham turnover ends the drive inside the 5-yard line to end the first half. Jack Johnson passes to Jack Clougherty for a 5-yard pickup and a key first down. Will Thomas scores an apparent touchdown, but it's called back on a penalty. Sean Murphy then picks up a first down with a 16-yard run. While John Mills picks up another 8 on this run, but it was just short of the first down. Hingham's defense shuts down Situate on its next drive, forcing them to punt. Murphy on offense, picking up 5 yards on the first play of the drive, and then bowling ahead for another 4. Nick Beal sneaks forward for the first down. John Mills picks up a yard, followed by this 3-yard run by Sean Murphy. A 5-yard pass to Jack Clougherty moves them down inside the 20, but they would turn it over on downs. Situate was unable to manage much of a drive and punted it away to start the fourth quarter. Hingham, back on offense, started off with his 5-yard completion to Ryan Finney, but was unable to mount a drive, turning the ball over on downs. Situate took it in for a touchdown to make it 41-24. The ensuing kick was fielded by Owen Pellissier, who brought it up to the 47-yard line on a nice run back. Ryan Finney then picks up 8 yards in this pass play. While Sean Murphy adds 7 more on a screen pass. Damaris gains 9 on this sweep. And Johnson completes a fourth down pass to Owen Pelletier, but it's not enough for a first down. So Hingham once again turns the ball over to Situate, who runs out the clock on the 2016 season.
MVP number 6, Sean Murphy.
The Hingham Harbormen complete their 2016 campaign with a 6-5 record, winning 5 of their games at home. Congratulations to the 2016 Hingham Harbormen, and good luck to the 2017 squad.
Murphy, Will Thomas, Vance Cassell, Nick Beal, Ken Bonnell, Matt Heflin, we also have, these are from the Patriot League. Some of our guys have got recognized at the end of the year with league awards. First off, I'd like to give an award well earned, not a more deserving person. The Outstanding Sportsmanship Award from the Patriot League to Danny Ahern. Another award that's a very important, probably the biggest reason why we're here, would be the Patriot League Scholar Athlete Award goes to Kyle Damaris. We were also fortunate to get 3 League All-Stars this year. I don't know if you guys remember, I think last year we only had 2. Hopefully next year we get 5 or 6. But this year we were able to get Chris Ryan, Sean Murphy, and Tim Shafter to recognize the previous one. But I give you guys all the credit in the world because you bought in. And you did everything we asked. And I couldn't have, I truly mean this. And one thing I learned early on in coaching, you don't just say stuff. You better mean it. And you better back it up. And I truly mean this. I could not have asked, and the other coaches, we couldn't have asked for a better group of seniors to show us how Hingham football should be. And that's a testament to you guys and how far we've come. And any success that we have, I really truly believe it's a testament to you guys and the leadership style that you show. And when we were it was the seniors that would rally and say, "Don't worry guys, we got this." It's an outstanding class, and I really thank you guys for everything that you've done. And I really hope that 5 years from now, 10 years from now, you can look back on this and have a positive experience. And so, to the seniors, I have to thank you guys. What a great group of young men you guys are. And I know that all of you are going to be very successful in whatever endeavors you pursue. And so, I'll have the seniors come up. We have your red game jerseys here with your name on the back. So one last time, I'll call up Kyle Damaris. John Mills. Murphy. Vance Cassell. Owen Pelletier. 22, Danny Hearn. Number 24, Tim Bonnell. 25, Rico Buckmonian. 34, Dave Heffernan. Number 52, Chris Ryan. Number 54, Angel Laughlin. Number 56, Jack Burr. 69, Alessio Nicholson. Number 70, Tim Shafter. Number 73, Colton Sandler. Number 77, George Boyle.